So you're playing the Minecraft mod MineColonies, and you may be wondering to yourself, what exactly does this happy, wood-loving idiot do? Well, in this tutorial, we'll cover the basics of the building, explaining everything that you'll ever need to know about the MineColonies Forester. Simply put, the Forester provides all of the wood that your colony will ever need. They will actively seek out and chop down any trees close enough to their hut and supply you with an absolute abundance of wood. They are extremely environmentally friendly critters and will even replant saplings of the trees that they've cut down afterwards, ensuring a continuous endless loop of tree menders deaths and a hearty supply of wood. You will need to supply these hatchet-loving psychopaths with a suitable axe and hoe for them to begin their long passion of massacring trees. They'll use the axe to clear the wooden stem of the tree and the hoe to remove the leaves. The type of tool that they can use will depend on their building hut's level, as well as their overall job skills. A worker will usually let you know what type of tool that they can use, so keep an eye on this, as you can always give them better tools as they get better at their job. The Forester uses the strength skill as their primary trait, where they'll level it up as they continue to work, and with a higher strength skill, they'll be able to fell trees a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. Alongside cutting down trees, the Forester can also craft logs into different types of wooden items, which you can find a list of these different crafts within the custom recipes tab of the Forester's hut. The Forester can cut down virtually every tree type within the game, including nether-based trees. Just set up a Forester's hut near a forest that you wish them to strip down, and they'll get to work immediately, just after they wipe the stains off of their tools from their previous victims. But what if you don't want them to cut down your great-grandmother's most favourite acacia tree, you ask? Well, firstly, glad you asked. And secondly, you have two options whenever it comes to stopping them from cutting down just about everything that they come across. Your first option is to simply place a piece of cobblestone under the tree that you do not want them to cut down. They'll see the cobblestone piece and think the tree is decoration, so will then leave it alone. Any tree on dirt or netherrack is fair game to them otherwise. If you specify a zoning area for your foresters, they will only ever cut trees within the area that you've told them to. You can create a zoning area by obtaining a forester's tool within the selection tool tab of the forester's hut. Then you can set a zoning area by right-clicking once on a starting square for your zone, and then by left-clicking on another square that you want your selection area to cover. A final second left click is required to confirm your selection. You must also have the zoning mode option set to on within the settings tab of the Forester's Hut interface in order for them to actually use the zoned area. But with a zone selected, your foresters will then only cut down trees within this zoned area and will leave your great-grandmother's favourite acacia tree alone. Oh, and here's something neat for you to try. Create a zoned area for your foresters and place a piece of cobblestone under all of the trees. They'll just wander from their huts over to the zoned area and stand about like absolute idiots for hours upon hours. Hilarious. The main page of the hut's interface will give you some useful options for the Forester worker and the Forester hut itself. The top ribbon will give you the name of the Forester's hut, as well as the hut's overall level, so long as you haven't renamed the building, as well as the current worker assigned to the hut. You can supervise the workers within the Manage Workers tab and control if they will remain as a Forester, or if they'll return back to their partners to explain why they're such a failure in life. If your Forester goes missing for days on end, or you just simply wish to bring them back for a severe telling off, then the recall option can be used to teleport them straight back to their hut. If you want to check the hut's current building level, repair any damage done to it, upgrade or even deconstruct it, then you can do all of this within the Build Options tab. You will also see an extensive list of materials required to upgrade the building to its next tier here as well. Pickup priority will determine how much of an effort your couriers will make to come pick items up from the hut. A higher priority level will mean that the couriers will make more of an effort to collect more frequently, or you can force them to pick up items immediately by clicking the Request Pickup Now option. The bottom inventory button will show you what type of items are in the building hut's storage, with the chest icon beside it allowing you to search for a specific item. The Customs Recipe tab shows you a list of crafting recipes that your forester knows. Whenever a request comes in from a citizen within the colony for one of these type of items, the forester will make it for them, which task will appear in the Task Selection tab of the interface. The Saplings tab will let you control what type of tree saplings the forester replants after cutting them down. You can turn on specific saplings on or off depending on what type of wood you want them to focus on. The Settings tab is where you can control if the forester replants saplings altogether or not, as well if they cut in only a zoned area or not. The zoned area can be selected using a forester's tool obtained from the option here. And finally, the Minimum Stock tab lets you add stacks of items that you always want your foresters to have. Stacks of saplings, tools and logs are ideal for your foresters, so they always have something on hand. And that is the forester in a tree nutshell. So, to end, here's a nice showcase of all of the different Tier 5 forester huts that you can make. Enjoy, and I hope this tutorial has helped.